initial deposit of 50 million, then they could apply for an initial approval for a foreigners-only casino license. This is in comparison to non-free economic zones where they would have to go through a much rigorous and lengthy regulatory process to ask for a new license. In Jeju, Jeju is another province that is self-governing. As the only self-governing province in Jeju, the governor, rather than the minister of tourism, has the right to grant licenses. So you don't have to go through the process with the central government. You can simply apply for a license with the local government. So these are the reasons that make Jeju and Incheon very popular destinations for developers who are interested in developing a foreigners-only integrated resort. But what would actually happen if the Korean government were to deregulate the local market? Then it's safe to say that Seoul, Busan, and many of the more urban areas would become the popular destinations for development. Those cities already have plans to develop what they call MICE cluster centers. Those projects themselves do not include any casino components today, but they could, based on the sites as well as the infrastructure in the area. In terms of the market size, as you all know, the Korean market has a little bit over $2.3 billion in terms of the revenue. Half of that is made up by Gangwon-land, the country's only domestic casino, which is located in Gangwon, the northeast side of Korea. And the other half is made up by 16 foreign casinos, foreigners-only casinos, two of which are in Busan, 3 of them are in Seoul, and one's in Incheon, and the other 8 are in Jeju. Approximately 93% of the market is comprised by Paradise and 7 Lux. And at this point, the Seoul and Busan practically comprise 80% of the market. So you can kind of tell that Seoul and Busan, as well as Paradise and 7 Lux, are the leading factors in the foreigners-only casinos. But what would the market size be if the country were to deregulate? Again, there are no specific studies on this issue issued by the government, but looking at the simple comparison of populations between Singapore, around 4.5 million with 50 million in South Korea, as well as the number of IRs that could be contained by South Korea, would offer probably a general idea that the market size could be up to or comparable to, if not larger, than Singapore. In terms of the popularity or the destination of Jeju to travel groups, a large portion of that has to do with the fact that Chinese tourists can enter Jeju without a visa, at least in terms of Jeju. And even transit passengers coming into Seoul or Incheon can visit Jeju without a visa. Furthermore, those going to Jeju coming through Incheon or Seoul